Hey there, my name is Nataly, and for most of my life, I have run from feeling negative emotions. I figured that if I paused for a second to just feel something like stress or anxiety or sadness, that I would get stuck in it forever and never feel better. Can you relate? I think most of us can, and it's not our fault. We live in this world that's constantly telling us, turn that frown upside down or turn that negative into a positive. Or I was even thinking how I parent my daughter, like, hey, why are you so grumpy? Maybe cheer up a little. So no wonder many of us develop this fear of feeling bad. And the problem is that it's not possible for us as human beings to feel good all the time. So we end up wasting an enormous amount of our emotional energy struggling with how we feel. We're feeling like we're failing at life because we're not feeling good all the time. Well, there's another way, and it's really transformed me when I discovered it, so I wanted to share it with you. Did you know, for example, that research shows that simply pausing to acknowledge a difficult feeling, so literally simply pausing to say, I feel stressed, or I'm really frustrated at too much traffic on my commute. Just the act of acknowledging our emotion reduces the intensity with which we feel it. And that happens because when we experience emotions, they usually come from our amygdala, that fight or flight back part of our brain. And when we pause to acknowledge it, we actually move into our frontal cortex, the thinking, the planning, the analysis. And so we move from being consumed by a difficult emotion to actually witnessing it, to building a little bit of distance between us and the emotion. And so there's this practice that I've come up with that's been really helpful that I want to share with you. I call it the difficult feeling interview. So here's how it goes. The next time that you are experiencing a difficult feeling, you're stressed out or frustrated or sad or, just not feeling great, first take a pause and acknowledge that feeling to yourself. Literally say to yourself how you're feeling. And next, take a little moment to just conduct an interview with yourself, a mini interview about that feeling. So ask yourself things like, when did I start feeling this way? Why do I think I feel this way? And probably one of the most important questions is this feeling helpful? And what I have found is you may not have all the answers to all the questions. I certainly don't when I practice this, but approaching our difficult feelings from this learning lens versus kind of a lens of I shouldn't feel this way and the lens of struggling with ourselves, it releases the hold that the emotion has on us and actually gives us an opportunity to learn something about how we might want to let some of it go or do something to shift how we feel. And one of the most beautiful things, if you do this practice consistently, is we recognize that we can be okay even when not everything is okay, which frankly is always, right?